So here is the set for, these are the scenic drawings, scenic finals for P3, Miss Marvel. So the Merle Reskin, when was the Merle Reskin built?
1910.
I should know that. There's not a really great drawing for the Reskin Theater that depicts all the seats correctly. If you look at, hold on, turn. If you look at the section view, I cannot tell. Oh, it's yellow. Hold on, let me make that darker because I'm in white mode. Nope. AWOL. Nope. Where'd it go? I turned it off. That's what happened. Okay. It's gonna be yellow anyway. So, we just kind of gave up drawing any seats, and there are not enough seats depicted here to match what reality is, as if we were actually having all of the seating sections. So it's something that I had noticed on Naked Mole Rat. I'm like, we got to do a more realistic drawing of what the seating layout actually is someday. But then we're not. But then we're selling the building, so maybe not. Because it would be a lot of effort. This only goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So we only drew up to row I on the balcony, but let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, J. We skip I, maybe because I is confusing. I don't know why. But there are like 3 more rows behind it, and then I couldn't even figure out how to fit that many rows up in the balcony when I was trying to slam it in real quick. But this is because this building was drawn in well, not drawn in 1910 in CAD. I don't know what year this was drawn or who drew the CAD drawings for this, but they kind of gave up when they got here. They're just like, yeah, that's good enough. Who cares about the audience? Not me. I care about this part. Which is valid because lighting cares about what happens over here, and scenic cares about what happens over here, and costumes doesn't care about these drawings at all, and nobody listens to sound anyway. So yeah, we weren't going to get grade drawings for that. So we don't have a layer for what's happening in the balcony, so we're going to have to approximate that in map. I talked about how you can't just import a regular DWG in, and I'm going to run through the process of how you get to a DXF. It involves trying to make this as simplified as possible and remove certain things that is in certain types of objects that are not compatible with MAPP3D. So we got to remove all the ellipses and all the special lines, all dimensions, and I don't think it likes text. Arcs, there are a lot of arcs in the Reskin drawn, so I'm going to keep those and kind of pray. Which I actually did one of these earlier and it was fine, but we should explode all our blocks and such. So I'm going to try to run through it kind of fast, but it will also be kind of slow. So, okay, I'm going to start by unlocking all my layers so that I can, making all of them visible. It's going to be a giant mess. I'm going to save this as DXF. Miss Marvel DXF. And I do this process for pretty much every show I want to put into map from the scenic drawings, because I want to include my obstructions as drawn by the scenic designer. So P3. So I pretty much only need the ground plan. So I'm going to delete all the things outside of the ground plan because I don't actually need them. So this is all scenic stuff that was drawn. Something that Steph ran into once is it was still being crazy once when she's like, I deleted everything, I thought, but I was like, oh, you also need to delete the sheets, because there are also blocks and texts and all the things that map doesn't really care about or understand. So delete all your sheets as one of the first things. So you're going to have to leave a layout one. It's going to ignore that, and it'll be fine. I'm going to kill the section, and let's see, zoom extents. So this should be just that. So I want my origin point to be 0, 0. I want it to be at the plaster line and the center line. So I gotta find my plaster line, center line, which is kind of hard to see because everything is on. So let's turn everything off and kind of get my bearings. I'm gonna delete these groups too. I don't need those. And they just make it feel like, to me, they make it feel like there are a million extra layers. Delete group. Delete group. Okay, so center line, plaster line is, I'm going to make a point right there. My point is miniature, so where is point style? Point style. Gonna make it absolute units and, I don't know, 25 so I can see it. Be gigantic, please. Oh no, I just drew it on the wrong layer. Point. How about now? Point. There we go. Okay, I can find that. No, let's make it even more embiggened. Bigger so I can see it. 25 inches. 25 units. How about that? Yeah? Gigantic. I want that. Yes. Okay, turn everything back on. I said turn everything back on. And now, okay. So I am going to move plaster line, center line, which is right here. And I'm going to move that to 0, 0. That will be my origin point in map. All right, I can delete that gigantic thing, and let's start deleting the things that I know I don't need. So I don't need probably a lot of the floor stuff. So floor, okay. Let's start with some of the obvious things. I'm going to turn stuff off because, for example, the seats are kind of in the way. The seats really make it look messy and confusing. So I don't need the box boom. I don't need any of the electrics pipes because it's not going to be a helpful visual in map. If I was doing a plot, maybe, and I was trying to say that I'm going to put a speaker on these lighting booms, maybe I would include these, but that's not what we're trying to do right now. Okay, so delete, delete, delete. I do want to keep this front of house truss because we do put speakers there, like, a lot. And we have some speakers over here, so we have the UPAs over here. So, wait. Yeah, actually, I'll leave that. So, map doesn't like hatches either, so if I see any large hatches, I'll just manually delete them. But there is a fast way to do that later. Okay. I am not going to need floor section plan, so turn that off. I'm not gonna need that. Whatever, what is this? RX fly. I kind of wish Darby was here to explain some of these rigging things to me. But, alas. Okay, bar blend plan. I'll need some of this stuff. What do I want? I want to definitely keep a wall front of house. I'm gonna lock that. Turn it off. Let's see, what is this? A detail. A detail. Yeah, let's keep that. It's got the spiral staircase and all that. All right, I definitely want to keep a balk. I'm going to use that later to see where the balcony is. E-balk pipe. I'm going to keep that. I am locking everything that I expect to want to keep. Keep the seats. Let's see. Keep the box booms. I'm going to need that outline later. Don't need to keep hatch, because map doesn't like hatches. I'm going to keep the A-wall stage, so the exterior walls. I don't know what this is. R-rail. I don't think I need that. So, R-rail. Where the hell was that? R-scrim. Questionable. Maybe I'll keep that. In case there's an obstruction overhead. A-doors. Sure. Part of the exterior. What is this? This is EMES pipe. Keep that. Keep the E-truss. And what is this? Box booms. I don't think I need the box booms right now. Apron. Yes, we do put lots of things on this truss. The apron. Yes, I do want the apron. I don't need the individual. 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 I don't need the individual flooring units on the apron. Usually floor and cable troughs we don't really concern ourselves with too much. So fire lane. So I'm gonna keep this because so sometimes it's like, oh, it would be great if I could put a speaker there or run a cable, but you are not legally allowed to cross or have anything underneath the fire curtain that would potentially obstruct the fire curtain. Does everybody know what a fire curtain is? Okay, cool. Fire curtain is this big, I don't know if it's made of asbestos, but for some reason that pops out at me. Let's find out. Fire curtain. So a fire curtain will go down, it will trigger if there is a fire. Oh, some of them I think are made out of different types of things. So a safety curtain is heavy fabric located by the proscenium arch, asbestos, yeah, it used to be asbestos, but we don't want to poison ourselves anymore. So if there is a fire, a giant curtain comes down and goes boof. But if there is a speaker in the way of this giant curtain, it will not save anyone's life. So you will get dinged by the fire marshal, or Jen Leahy probably honestly would be like, no, you can't put anything there because that's where the fire curtain goes. Sure. So no speakers, no cables, no anything that could obstruct this from saving everybody's life in a fire. They designed it to say safety curtain on it. That's kind of funny. All right. That was a tangent. Let's see. I am going to keep the line sets because we do put stuff on those. E-Torm Truss Plant. Sure. And what is this? This is 0. Okay, that's not helpful. Trap upstairs. Okay. The rest of this, I'm kind of questioning though the scenery is here. So let me find, what are the scenic layers? So is this all scenic stuff? No. I bet it's all drawn on layer 0. Hold on. Let's find out. We can find out. Turn everything off. Yeah, everything was drawn on layer 0. Okay, so I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna call it scenery because I do want this. I'm gonna move everything from layer 0 onto a single scenery layer so that we can have that later. Lock it. And let's turn everything back on. And, no. Oh, fudge. Did I keep all the things that I actually did want? Great. We're back. Everything's fine. I didn't ruin my progress. So I'm going to select all. And then erase. So this looks mostly the things that I do want. I'm going to do a purge to get rid of lots of extra layers and all that. Oh, look how much more simple that ends up being. So how do I want map to look when I import this? I would probably, let's unlock this. I would probably want to, actually, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I will do that later. So a command that we haven't used before is called quick select. So it's going to select things in the entire drawing, and then you can filter out. I want everything that has a hatch in it, because map does not like hatches. So I've selected everything with a hatch. I'm going to delete it. So quick select. I am going to select all the M text and delete it, because it does not like text either. Q select. I am going to, there's still M text there. Erase. Okay. So, something I ran into earlier that I remember that I'm just going to do in advance. So when I exploded these blocks for the mez seating, it all went to 0 layer. So I'm just going to, in advance, put it back on mez seating. I don't remember why. I can't tell you why specifically it just jumps to 0 layer, but it does, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to explode these blocks separately. They all go to 0. I don't want that. I want it on the orc seating. Okay, so we're good with those. Okay, going back. Everything is unlocked. I'm going to quick select again. And I'm going to select block references and try to explode everything. Oh yeah, and then this ends up on the 0 layer, which is something that I don't want. So, okay, what is this? This is the E-truss front of house. I do want that layer to be separate so I can toggle it on and off in MAPP3D. So, E-truss front of house. So, explode, it's going to jump to 0, which I need to turn back on. There we go. So, E-truss front of house. Great. Let's try this again. And hopefully not everything's going to jump to the 0 layer in a way that is tragic. Great. Okay, so quick select. Let's get rid of the text. Again, you might have to do this a couple times. Delete. Quick select. Text. Delete. Explode one more time. Quick select. And I don't want any attribute definitions because it would not like that according to Meyer's user guide. Yeah, here's the list of all the stuff I'm trying to get rid of. So I think that's basically everything. Arc line circle, yeah. It says it doesn't like arcs, but I don't believe that because I imported this earlier and everything was fine. So I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to turn off my balcony. I'm going to leave the balcony pipe. So we're going to start, import it, make it look like this. Okay, so that is, I'm going to save this as a DXF. And now this is something that MAPP won't get super mad at you about. So I'm going to open up MAPP. And here's me doing this earlier. Create empty project. Project title, class. Class, I don't know, what are we, 13, 14? Class question mark. Question mark. Venue, the Reskin. Designer, SNRA. Notes, stay cool. Okay, cool. Import DXF. And now we have that clean DXF, which was Miss Marvel DXF. I want to make sure you change this to inches, because if you import it in meters, and you'll have a bad time. Okay, so yay! Except, why does it look weird? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I did something wrong. So we're gonna have to go back and figure out why you mad, bro? What am I looking at that I did wrong? Top view. What am I looking at? Right now, I have well, god. Maybe it's because I didn't clean it up hard enough. Okay, I seem to have... Okay, explode. Explode. Quick select. Entire drawing. Arc, circle, line. Okay, I'm going to save this again. I don't think I did anything different just now. We might have to bail and... We might have to bail and do the one that I did more correctly earlier. And I will try to figure out what I have possibly done incorrectly during this process. Super sad. Create empty project. Yeah, okay. And import DXF 2. Come on, friend. Be cool about it. No? Okay. Well, we're going to have to use the one I did earlier. That was correct. For reasons I don't recall. Yes. Inches. Great. Okay, well, here's the super cool one I did this morning. That looked super cool and super correct. That I largely pretty much did the same thing, except I probably spent more time on it because I am in a rush. So, top view. So that's the Reskin, and I'm going to turn off the grid because I hate it. Project settings, yeah. Okay, I'm in inches. I don't want the grid. I'm going to, in advance, change my attenuation to 12 and my SPL to 12, and max SPL depends on what speakers you're using, but I'm going to do it in attenuation mode, and 1 dB, apply. So, we got to start by making an audience layer. Let's start on the level 1. So this would be audience Orchestra. Where is my orchestra seating? So there. We got to keep these kind of simple shapes because it makes life easier in map. So this one is going to be from here to here. I am just kind of tracing a general outline of this audience bank. Close geometry. So this is house center, house center. All right. And now we're going to make orchestra. I haven't added height values just yet. Oh, this one's going to be a little tough because it... actually, let me start over here. So this one's going to be a little weird because it goes out a lot. So I'm actually going to go... I want to try to cover this chair, but keeping it a simple shape is a little hard. So we're going to have to go a little bit outside. Okay, so... boop. And close geometry. This is house left. And predict. So here is, I have to do the same thing over here. Kind of guessing. And this is orchestra house right. House right. All right, so these are all prediction surfaces, but they are completely flat. We need to add Z values, which is for height. So let's find out in AutoCAD. I'm gonna go to the original scenic drawing, actually, which is, hold please, this one. I'm going to save, because this is where I'm going to do all my Z measurements. Marvel Z. Marvel Z. This, okay. I want the section, which is here. Okay, so new layer. This is 0, Z-axis. You can decide where your reference point is for Z-axis. I recommend starting at the stage floor, and that is your where you're measuring everything from by layer. And 0 measurements. And this is going to be red. So Z-axis, it's so hard to see when it's yellow on white, but it's easier to see on the projector. So Z-axis, I'm actually going to make blue so we can see it. My Z will be on the deck, which is right here. So everything gets measured from there. And my measurements, I'm going to go in the measurements layer. I'm going to make sure I am in decimal inches, and that it is big enough for me to read right away. Okay, so I usually go like 5 text height, works for me personally. So DLI to, let's find the the orchestra seating. So this floor, first seat, is in the wrong dimension style, because I need to set that to current, because I changed it on standard. Okay, let's try again. So this seat is 35.7 below the Z-axis stage floor. And the back row sits on, well, I think there's another set of chairs here. So let's go 15.6. So 35.7 in the front, and negative 35.7, because we're going down, and 15.6 up in the back.
I think they have a raised set of chairs in the back, too.
Yeah? Maybe they do.
Like there's blocks.
Yeah, maybe they do. Well, that is not the data I have with me, because we didn't draw those. So I'm going to have to go off of what we have. And it's not going to be tragically different. Okay, so what was that? What was that number again? It was 15.6 in the back. So, and something else. Let's just do the back values first. 15. So it starts here. I'm going to just copy paste all the way through. So you can see these little dots as I click through all these to tell me which point I'm referring to. So I just want all the back points. Okay, and over here, I need this one and that one. And this one is that one. And that one. And that one. Great. So negative 35.7 is our front value. Negative 35.7. And everything that is otherwise 0, as long as it is in the front. Oh, is that right? That looks weird. But maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. Oh, this one is 15.6. Something weird's going on in the center, I think. I might have gotten one of them wrong. Oh no, it seems correct-ish. Yeah,
Okay.
that seems right. All right. So that is our orchestra level. We got to do, again, audience, mez, which is level 2. I'm going to turn that off. And now, the reason I kept those layers is so I can turn off my orchestra. Got to draw my mez now. So this one from here to here, here, here. That is mez house center. And here to here. Oh, wait. Reset. Start over. Start over. Here to here. 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 Close that. This is mez house right. I know my left and right. And here to here to here. It's a little off, but mez house left. So I don't like this point quite, so I'm just gonna kind of fudge it a little bit. I'm using my scroll wheel right now to just make some tweaks to this. Yeah, that's fine. Great. How tall is it compared to our z-axis? I need to see the chairs. So from here to here is 106.9 in the front. Okay, beep, 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 beep. Right there. 106.9. Copy. And 106.9 and 106.9. Over here. 106.9 and 106.9 over here. 106.9. No. 106.9. Great. And back to the tippy top, which is right about here, to that blue line. 2227. 222.7. All right. Okay, trying to do this fast. All right, does that look correct? All right, there's our mezzanine audience. All right, uno mas. We have three levels: audience, balcony. But hilariously, we never seat the balcony. We pretend they don't exist. So the balcony chairs are not drawn, which makes it a little tough. So what I've come up with is we're going to copy the mez sections because let me find a picture of... So it looks like they kind of line up over here. So we're just going to use this for house center, house left, house right. But it seems to go further back than the drawing, the AutoCAD drawing indicates, but we're going to have to fudge it. So, belk. So the belk is from here on this line. So here, here, here. Seems like it should be deeper, but again, I don't have the data and I can't go to the Reskin. Well, I guess I could drive down to the Reskin, but not for this purpose. Belk, house center. I don't know, maybe I'll come see Miss Marvel.
You should. You really should. About 55 minutes, you'll never get back with it.
55 minutes, you'll never get back. A rousing endorsement. How long is it?
An hour.
Oh, okay. Sounds like 10 o'clock.
In the morning.
Oh, in the morning. Okay. Mornings are not that bad for me because I have children. Belk, house left.
Just imagine the sentence coming from a place of pain, not enjoyment.
All right. So again, what are our values for yellow? From here, let's go to the tippy top.
Stopped, okay.
374.5 at the highest. So where is my okay, I went in the front. 374.5. And this is 374.5. And this is no, wrong. 0. Where's that point? There it is. Una más. And then we're done with audience. Right about here. 263.9. Oh no, I lost it. 263.9. All right, and that is our Belk. Great. So top view. So when I am doing stuff with microphones, I do the stage as well because I want to know where I need to put actor monitors. So I'm just going to draw a big stage, and it will be flat floor, so I won't have to add a Z value. So big stage, including the apron. I'm going to avoid a lot of the backstage stuff because it doesn't matter as much because I know we're not going all the way to the back wall anyway. This is kind of in general. And close geometry. So this is our big stage. When I have scenery, and I know that actors are going to be going up on platforms, also you'll want to add scenic. So, let's see. Let me look at that. Where is Miss Marvel? So Miss Marvel, yes, it does have actors that go up on this platform. So let's draw that platform. All right, how high up is this platform? So this human is standing 90 inches off the ground. So this whole platform, 90. Let's see. And I am going to give this a thickness because it is, we can make this solid object. So it is probably 12 inches, and I just have it off a little bit. 12 inches. So to make this a more solid object or a 3D object, I would go into modifiers. I would extrude it and properties. On the Z-axis, I want to go down a length of 12, negative 12. Apply. So now it is a deck. And I can make this solid by clicking unclick through because I don't want sound to be going through it. So this is the actor platform. Actor platform. If I was doing monitors, I'd get something specifically to cover this area. And when you go into object settings, since this is a solid object, I'm not really going to need to predict what happens to the sides of these objects. I only really care about what happens on the top face, which is so easy to find right now. It's that one. That's a good one. Top. So I want to predict pretty much only on that, and I'm ignoring what happens on the side and underneath. because, you know, that's not where humans go. So let's go back. So I have drawn pretty much all of my geometry. And it is, 3:22. So we've been going for, took about 40 minutes to get here. Okay, so now we can start adding speakers. So we have some UPAs here and in the boxes. So I'm going to add some truss UPA low. Let's start with the bottom UPAs. And they look like, let me find my Reskin site photos. Reskin site visit photos. Let's see. House truss UPA. So we've got this UPA, this UPA. We also have one in the box. So this UPA is off the ground. Something. Let's add the UPA first. So loudspeaker system. I want an individual loudspeaker. This is the house left UPA low. I'm going to want to pan it probably -90 to get it facing the audience. I am going to leave it down there and pick not the Ultra X40, but the UPA 1P. Insert, apply. I'm going to drag it. It's like approximately here. Let's find out what our height is. So this is Mia's drafting. So I'm going to go off of Mia's drafting and do a dimension. So DLI, I'm going to make a new layer. 0, measure. And then since I am in a different drawing, I'm going to have to change it to decimal inches again. So red. DDIM. Set current, make it standard, and modify. Where is it? Primary units, decimal inches. Great. And make it big enough for me to see. Again, I like 5. Go. So, from the center of the box is approximately 60 inches off the floor. So let's give this a height value of 60. See if that's off the ground. Great. So right now, I can't see where it's pointing because I need to enable center lines. So right now, it's pointing straight out. I remember from the picture that I took that it is kind of pitched down maybe like 10 degrees. Let's see what happens when we pitch it down by like 10 degrees. Yeah, that seems kind of right. So it would be, let me turn on my audience layer. They are all on. Okay, great. So let's see what this UPA is potentially doing. I think, according to the picture, it seems to be pointing straight out. You think? It's turned in a little bit. So let's give it a rotate, let's give it one of those. No, is that right? Hold on. Yeah. Would you say that's what's happening? Anyone who's been in the Reskin recently?
I think so.
Okay, great. See what that does. So this is, yes, this is probably indicative of why we need to fill in the center, because it's got a hotspot over here, but yeah. If you mirrored this on the other side, which we can do, I'm going to go top view. And then easy way of getting another speaker is mirror along x-axis. So yeah, if your venue is symmetrical enough, you will get it approximately in the right space. So yes, our venue is symmetrical enough. So let's see what these low UPAs are doing for our space. So the problem comes over here, where we are really not filling in the center as much. We're getting a surprising amount, We're getting a surprising amount of spill upstairs, which is kind of cool. And we would want something underneath to fill below this mezzanine level, which we do. We have like 4 UPAs, or 4 UPMs. As underbelks, which is helpful for when you're mixing back there, which is we pretty much have historically mic'd every show. But yes, it gets kind of tragic in the center, which is why we started putting UPJs here and here, but they have to be at a very steep angle. So front fills have also been kind of helpful, but front fills aren't not helpful for low end stuff because we tend to use the MM4s, which don't do any low end. So that is what the low house truss are doing. So let us insert another set of UPAs. But let me make sure before I get too far that I have labeled this one. House right UPA low. I'm going to make a new layer. Truss, all caps. Truss UPA high. Insert loudspeaker system. Truss UPA house left high. And we can give it a Z value here. Let's find out how high they are. Is that right? That looks weird.
The truss is short.
Yeah, the truss looks short.
The truss is very short.
I drew it here. So this is my version of when I was trying to work out some stuff in the Reskin for myself a while back. So we're just going to go off of this. Oh, God, I got to change the decimal units again. So set current. When you switch between drawings a lot, it's like, I got to do that same thing that I already did. Primary units, decimal inches. Yo. Great. And let's try again. Center of this box, 139. So my Z value for this would be 139. And let's pitch it down by 15 degrees, because I think that's kind of what's happening. Apply, insert. So, oh wait, I also need to move it horizontally. Click, 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 boom. And drag. I said, oh lordy, okay. Oh yeah, there we go. So it'd be like right there. And let's see how that looks. I think it is angled in a little bit more. Yes, I think it's angled more towards center. So let's give this a bump towards center. So -75. That looked like, Miles, you've been in there recently. Yeah. We're gonna go, yeah, sure. Okay, I'm gonna mirror that. Looks great. We did it, guys. X-axis. Okay. So let's see what, I'm going to turn off our UPA lows. Let's see what theoretically these high boxes are doing for us. All right. Because if this is to be true, then it is helping to fill in the center, which possibly was the intention. Was, oh, let's get some higher ones, and they can help fill in the mez and try to get more center. But again, they fail around here in the front without front fills or without a... it would be nice to have a center cluster, honestly, just pointing towards here. Again, part of an inevitable redesign that we might have done once we had the correct data. So we still haven't covered the balcony at all, which I imagine that's what our box booms are doing for us. So let's see what these do together. Okay, it fills in this section better than I thought. So let's add in our box booms. Let's go there, clear that out. Not isometric, I want top view. Top view is easier for me personally to comprehend. Let's see, where is my layer for house box? So I believe there's a UPA like around there somewhere. So it is, how high is it off the stage floor? So 186.6 off the stage floor, if my drawing is to be believed, which I'm choosing to believe right now. Loudspeaker system. 186 point, what was that on there? 186 point something or other. 186.6. Oh, you know what? I gotta make a new layer before it's too late. Box UPAs. Okay, loudspeaker system. UPA, box, UPA, house left. 186.6. Yeah, let's leave the rest of those pan and stuff. And it ended up there. It wants to go... Let's see what Mia said it did. It goes like over here, kind of. Oh, and it's pointing it way in. Is that right? Anybody know?
Which one is this?
This is the box. This guy.
I think they point up to the balcony.
Yeah.
It's not being used, I don't think.
Yeah, they're pointing more in.
Look at the photo that's in it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a photo.
For this show, because they don't have anything in the bucket for this show.
Yeah. House right box. House right trust. James. Yeah, I don't think I have that one. So, we're gonna have to rely on guessing. So, it seems that this one is rotated in way more. So, probably, I don't know, 70. No, wrong. Negative 70. Yeah, that seems more. And then it is, did I get the right height value? Is this approximately? Okay. Was it pitched down or was it pitched, oh, it's kind of more straight out than it is. Yeah. So it's probably doing something more like that. So, let's see what this one box does by itself. Okay, so this is specifically for covering the mez, it appears, which it does not too bad. If yeah, depending on where you aim it, it can do a much better job. So let's top view and mirror it along the x-axis. And that is approximately where I think it would go. I'm going to name that box UPA house right. I think this one was truss UPA house right high. All right, let's see what all of these speakers are doing. Are all of the layers on? Yes. Is this everything? Oh, it's thinking about it. It must be everything. Okay, so it has changed because this is attenuation mode. So red being the loudest thing. This is all of them in combination. So what is the loudest point? The loudest point theoretically on map is hitting over here. So yeah, this isn't super useful data overall. It's assuming that we are pumping all of these speakers at the exact same volume without going up and down per box. But yeah, it's easiest to look at things in individual like clusters. So I am going to look at, yeah, here.
Is that because generally you have the same things? You have the things within their cluster with the same volume? Like you'll have all the mess.
Yes, I would probably, I would keep the box UPAs at the same volume, but they might be quieter or louder depending on delay times and, you know, who I'm trying to hit. That's actually not so bad. So these hit the mez okay, and they hit part of the balcony. But and if we set people in on level 3, we would still want something for level 3 that would be more specific. But I think historically we stopped really selling this upper section, so it became less necessary. So okay, so that's for that. Do you want to hide the active layer? No, I just want to clear. All right. So we can do monitors, but let's move on to a line array. So let me save. This is Miss Marvel in class. I'm going to turn off these speakers, all the speakers. I'm going to add pretend array. So the problem with the idea of putting a line array in the Merle Reskin is where the hell would you put it? Because let's look at a photo. Let's look at a photo of the Merle Reskin, which from the stage. There's one. That's a good one. So we can't. There's no good hanging point except for potentially this truss, which is already too far in. Ideally, I would be able to put it over here, but then also we would have to probably cut into the plaster and get a pick point that can hang like, I don't know, 2 tons. we don't have a decent place to put a line array. And, you know, these truss don't go... If we were to theoretically do a stereo line array off of these truss, this doesn't get tall enough to hit the balcony section. So what do we do in this space? I don't know. But let's pretend we had the perfect point over here so I can illustrate what a line array would look like from the side. So I'm going to put it at 0, 0, which is plaster line, center line. Pretend we don't have any obstructions. So insert loudspeaker system. So let's go to the Panther, which is the most expensive line array I think that Meyer has right now. It will default to the most expensive thing on map, I think. So Panther pretend. So I'm going to put it on 0, 0. I'm going to point it -90 so that it is... Wait. No. This is pointed -90 over here on rotation. There are different flavors of Panther line array. There is L... I don't remember what L means, but medium and wide. I think this one's a 50 degree, an 80 degree, and a 110. But let's go check Meyer and see. Meyer Panther. Because there are... if you wanted something more tight, you can pick a different dispersion. Oh, so an 80 is the L, an 80 and 95, and a W is 110. I would assume that if we were doing a center array, 110 would be the most efficient, but let's check it out in map, or in CAD. Let me do this one. Okay, so I have a 110 dispersion, which would be 110 divided by 55? 55 times 2 is 10. Is that right? 110?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Erase source object? No. So this is a 110. There was also a, what was it? A 95 and an 80. So an 80 would look like that. Rotate 40 and mirror that. And this would be the 95, I believe it was. 95. So, where's my CAD? 95 would be 47.5. Hold on. 95 divided by 2. 47.5. Good guess, Sarah. 47.5. And no. So, oh, it's just got bigger and bigger. M text. So this is my 110. I lost that text because it is way too small for me to see at that angle. Ugh. This is my 110. Rotate. This is my 110. Here's my, I think this was the 80. I said this was the 80. And this was the 95. You make 95. You make 80. Pick that point right there. And B make 110. Right there. So, a 110 at about 0, 0 would be like that, which is actually kind of great. Because we would just need to fill in this section, which we could totally do from the towers. So what would happen if we went in tighter? So if we went in tighter with an 80, we would need to fill in more of this. So going thinner is not super great for this. So if we did the 95... Again, I would go, if we were going center, I would go with the 110. But if we were doing something like a stereo line array, which would be 2 of them, then I would probably opt for, I don't know, 2 80s. Because I don't want them to phase as much. So if we were doing that, well, Again, I would have to do it in map, but this is just for a visual for me planning. I would still probably want something to fill in this center part. So let's do the 110, which is the W version, I want to say. Yes, the Panther W. Let's go the maximum amount of the, how many are they? A 12 cabinet line array, which would look ridiculous in the Reskin, because it would be gigantic. So, WWW all the way down. 12 is probably too many, but this is pretend. So, apply, insert. So, oh, it's going through the floor because I did not give it any sort of height value. Let's just make it taller. Actually, let's go into section view, which would be not the right, it would be front view. Yeah, there we go. Let's just drag it upwards. I said, drag it upwards because I want my top cabinet to hit the back row. So the reason we use line arrays is because we are losing different amounts of volume over distance. The top cabinet could be for this one, and the bottom cabinet would be for the people in the front. And this one would be driven much louder, and this one, because it is closer to the audience, would be driven much quieter. So there is an auto splay feature which will help you, which can help you kind of decide what the angles are. It's not foolproof, and you kind of have to muck about with it. But let's see. So my prediction plane for this 12-box line array, I would like box 1 through whatever to be on the Belk. And then I would like to go down to the mezz and the orchestra. So 1, 2, 3. This is a 12-box line array, so I would assign them 4 cabinets each. So it's basically trying to divide amongst these 3 planes 4 boxes each. I would probably adjust it, but it is a good starting point. So now it has kind of crunched itself over. So to try to make it, why is it like that? Why did it do that? I would probably start to adjust this manually, but this is kind of indicative of what we're trying to go for. So I would probably also try to get this one pointing more towards the front. But let's, for funsies, see what that does. Because there are more surfaces and lots of more boxes in this line array, it's going to take a while. So I'll try not to do too many predictions. So already, I am seeing that this box over one of these 2 boxes is hitting here really hot. So when I would start to want to play around with it, I would go into object settings and I would assign these to a pretend Galileo galaxy. So you can add as many pretend Galileo galaxies as you want, but this will allow you to raise and lower the volumes. Everything right now is just sending out at unity, but we can adjust and be like, oh, I want this to go down 3 dB. What does that look like? I want this to go down 6 dB. I want this to go up. So I would just give them all separate output channels so that it can, okay. This is 8. This is 9. Again, this is way too big of a set of boxes for this. So at the Goodman Theater, I believe when Stephanie and I did a, a leopard line array, we had, I think we wanted 9 boxes, but we were able to get 8. Because, again, these things hit the proscenium, these things create a visual that people don't like seeing because it blocks the proscenium arch and or the scenery. So you have to compromise as long as it's enough out of the way. So now I have separate gain control. I could label these so I know what I'm looking at. This is the top box. This would be the bottom box. If you wanted to add subwoofers or anything and try to even it out, this can give you a start. So my top box, let's see. Let's repredict. Thinking about it. Okay. So whatever this box is, which is 1, 2, which one is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably box 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, probably box 8 I would turn down so that it would be more even. But I would also want to mess with kind of the angles here. Let's clear that out. So that for some reason it just didn't seem to curve over here. And I think it could use a bigger curve, which you can adjust over here. This is kind of how these things get figured out. These things, we have the software so that we can figure out how to even out your line array so that you have even coverage across the board. So that being said, I have actually moved some of these boxes by increasing, oh, I went a little bit too much. So, yeah. So let's see what that does. Again, I think it's too many boxes, and the visual would be kind of comically absurd over this. All right, so yes. These are designed to not really phase with each other vertically, so you have wiggle room as to, yeah. This needs to be tuned in the space, but when you are specifying, I need this amount of boxes, and for this purpose, this gives you a good starting point. All right, let's do monitors. Pretend array, because this is something you will actually do whenever there's a musical in the Watts or something. So top view. I am actually going to turn off my audience views. Hide the active layer. Yes. Yes. So something that we are probably doing in a lot of spaces is overhead monitors. So loudspeaker system, we have UPAs that we can hang, or UPMs that we can hang. Meyer UPM. UPM one piece. And they would go, let me see, over here. So they would probably go where these lighting instruments are, just about. What's that?
Those look like people from far away.
Oh, yeah.
Why are they hanging people?
Why are they hanging the people? It's just that kind of show. So sound speakers.
See the bed?
I don't know why it says sound speaker. Okay. I mean, we can technically put this on any one of these pipes, and they can go as high or as low as we want them to be. And, you know, just as long as they stay out of sight, they don't go too low. But it seems to be indicating here is just about where they expect to want to lower things. So if I was to put in a UPM. Sarah's blocks. Where are they? Sarah Blocks Master. Meyer UPM. Boo, 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 boo. This one. Reskin Sarah.
I think that's first and second electric. And they get mad when you put speakers on it.
You get, well, yeah, I wouldn't put it on an electric pipe, but, like, look at how many other pipes we have. We could technically use all of these other pipes, avoid second electric and first electric because I believe, like, you know, they need all that space. But it's not to say that if there wasn't anything specifically on, like, 20. But actually, if we were looking at this in context of Miss Marvel, let's look in context of Miss Marvel on Mia's. Did we say... Let's look at Miss Marvel Z. Is this? Oh, yeah, this is scenery. So I don't know if these border maskings are stock or if they get moved around. I think these are stock borders that we just haven't moved. But yes, theoretically, we could lower in probably 20. Well, now that I see the scenery, we'd probably want to lower in, I don't know, 15. Something that happened on Naked Mole Rat was that we got way too close to some lighting fixtures and some things. I think it was lighting fixtures. And we couldn't raise or lower our, oh, there was a kabuki drop for clothes that got in the way. So this is where we would want to start to coordinate with technical to see what else is in the air so that we can actually access our speakers. Because once we have them hung, our problem was we couldn't get at them. And then they got knocked, and they started to be focused like this way, which was not freaking helpful. It's like they ceased to be useful as overhead monitors. So again, we need to try to attempt to clear obstructions. So this will, I believe these are 100-degree boxes. I think I have it written down. UPM, 100-degree boxes, yes. So if I was to go here, rotate 50 and mirror 50, this would actually cover probably over the platform pretty nicely. If I needed to if actors went underneath the platform, which it doesn't look like, oh, maybe they would. Do they go underneath the platform, Miles?
What happened? Sorry.
Do they go underneath the platform as a part of blocking?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So something else that this indicates is that we would probably want to stash like a UB12 underneath here, depending, because if they were to do any blocking or important singing and dancing, or if they needed a sound effect to cue them on, they would not be able to hear this because they are underneath this platform. So something to consider if this was Miss Marvel the musical, another set of monitors under here. So over here on pipe, what's it? Between 15 and 16. It was going to have to be 15. I would put a UPM probably like right there. Ugh, all my lines turned out to be hidden lines because I'm set on dashed. There you go. So here is whereabouts I would go. It is at a height of 240. Let's call it 240. 240 over stage monitor. And apply insert. And that would have gone, I said that would have gone. Do I have details on my pipes? I think I have first electric and second electric. And it was behind, again, if I had more detailed, oh, wait, I can go from 0. Hold, I can do this in CAD. So 0 was at plaster line center line. Where is my plaster line? G plaster. Make it red. Okay, so it's like right about here. Okay, so from here to here, it goes upstage 155.6. So I was close. 155.6. Right about there. Is that right? I suppose it is. Okay, so I want it to point straight down, because right now it is pointing at the audience, which is not correct. So 0. Pointing, is that pointing straight down? Yeah, let's see what happens there. Oh, it's like really tall. Why is it really tall? It's like, it's in outer space right now. 240.2. Okay, 240.2. That's more like it. Like, where the hell is it? So, predict. Loudspeaker either not, or processor channel is muted. Okay. It's because I started mucking about with processors. I am going to go 16. Sure. 16. All right. I am also pointed ridiculously not anywhere useful. 0. Nope. Negative 90. Nope. 90 degrees. Is that pointing down? Yes, it finally is. Hooray. All right. So this would cover this section. I would recommend on the same pipe, adding one to the left, adding one to the right to cover this space. I would recommend downstage foldbacks to cover this space, because this is going to be real hot on the platform. So we're going to want to turn it down because it is not that far from our actors. So let's see. It is about 85 inches from their head, which is, in context, 85 divided by 12. It's about 7 feet away from their head. So we're not going to turn these up super loud. But if we were to add another one at 240, let's see. Mirror on x-axis. I'm just going to add one more. Yeah. If we were to add one there, and if we were to add another one, let's mirror that on the x-axis again. No, that's measurement. Okay, mirror on x-axis. So if we were to add more on that pipe, I would turn this one down. I would turn these guys up. And they cover the stage actually pretty well. We would probably want something backstage for the ASM to be able to hear the show. Something back here for the crew to be able to hear the show. We would want some stuff backstage. But it gets less back here where nothing is and probably no humans really need to travel. So downstage foldbacks, front fills, that's pretty much the process.